I took a nasty fall during a run. Good thing, this part is still intact, but had to take 10-day break without running. So, no more small talk. Let's get straight to it. Can the Erke, also called 鸿星尔克 Park Run 4, which shares a lot of DNA with the ASICS Superblast series, actually step in as a Superblast alternative? I created this channel to review Chinese running products. More importantly, it's my way of forcing myself to practice spoken English. I'm self-sponsored, and money doesn't grow on trees. Whether good or bad, I will tell you without filtering. Let's dive in from the specs, since this is an offline model, meaning it's only sold in physical stores. Store staff usually aren't well trained in China, so they can't provide useful specs. But if you compare it side by side with the ASICS Superblast, you will notice that the midsole stack and shape are nearly identical. The Superblast has a stack height of 37.5 mm in the forefoot and 45.5 mm in the heel. On foot, the Park Run 4 forefoot feels a bit lower stack. This generation is a total upgrade from the previous Park Run, ditching the old supercritical EVA for a full supercritical beaded foam midsole, which is tuned super soft. The Superblast uses a firmer EVA in the lower layer, which prevents the softer top layer from over-compressing and helps with roll-through. The Erke Park Run 4 doesn't have this dual-density setup. So even though the stack height looks similar visually, the forefoot compresses more easily, making it feel lower. My size 45 weighs 286 grams, right between Superblast 1 and 2. The Park Run 4 is true-to size. For reference, I usually wear 45 in Chinese brands and 46 in Hoka and New Balance. After the basics, let's take a look at the details. This generation of Park Run uses a knitted upper. It's breathable. In fact, the upper shares many similarities with the Superblast too, like the direction of layout of the yarn. The toe box is wide, and the knit has some stretch. I think it's great for wide-feet runners on my average to narrow foot. The fit is slightly loose with some side-to-side movement. The tongue is secured with a loop in the middle. The padding on the tongue and heel is a typical daily trainer amount, comfy with no heel lift. There is a small pull tab at the back, all pretty standard stuff. The key feature is the forefoot also island design, resembling to the Superblast. Anyone who has the Superblast or Nova Blast knows that trampoline sensation under the forefoot, almost like a Nike AirPod inside. This comes from the firm center island that resists the compression while the surrounding foam compresses more easily. Combined with the snappy FF turbo foam, it creates that bouncy effect. Back to the Park Run 4, it has a softer, more gentle rebound, not the quick reaction type. Even with a similar island design, the trampoline sensation is barely noticeable here. There also is traditional rubber, quite thick, with extra thick in high wear spots. After 40 kilometers, it's lost some detail, but I think the added thickness makes up for not using CPU also. With that out of the way, let's talk about the pros and cons of actually running in it. I spent time comparing the Park Run 4 to the Superblast because of their visual similarities. But honestly, the Park Run series has never been about speed training or a super trainer, just like the name says. It's designed for that kind of pace you see most people running in the park. Underfoot, it gives a very squishy feel with big compression and decompression, perfect for grabbing casual customers in store as an offline-only model. At easy paces, like 5:30 per kilometer or slower, it's fun to run, especially when heel striking. The cushioning and energy return are great. That high heel stack also makes it suitable for a wider range of body weights. When I push the pace to around 5 minutes per kilometer, I think midfoot or forefoot strikers will feel the forefoot foam compress too much. The foam can't keep up with the gait cycle. It feels like you are stepping on the foam that hasn't recovered its shape yet. Heel strikers have a better experience since there is more foam under the heel. I'm happy using it for aerobic work and easy days in the recent 37 degrees Celsius heat. While wrapping up this video, I think this review is about nailing this shoe's slot or position. From what you've seen, it's clearly not a super trainer like the Superblast series. So is it a max cushion shoe or a daily trainer? Let me bring in a few other shoes from my channel for comparison. The BMAI March 6 is the max cushion shoe, while the Qiaodan Wind 3TR and the Li-Ning Red Hairy 8 Pro are daily trainers. By weight, the BMAI March 6 is the heaviest, and the Red Hairy 8 Pro is the lightest. By softness, the Park Run 4 is the softest, with Wind 3TR close behind. By underfoot responsiveness, the Red Hairy 8 Pro most agile, while the March 6 feels the most sluggish. I'd say the Park Run 4 sits somewhere between a max cushion shoe and a daily trainer. While running it, I kept wondering, Erke named it Park Run. Maybe they probably intended it as a max cushion shoe. But for a forefoot or midfoot strikers like me, I think the foam is too soft to handle long runs. I mean continuous, long-term repeated compression of the foam. Around 13 kilometers, the forefoot foam started to feel a little bit flat. So calling it a max cushion shoe doesn't feel right. On the other hand, heel strikers can treat it as a max cushion shoe with better energy return than most max cushion shoes. Honestly, its position is a bit awkward. Not quite one thing or the other, but factoring in price, I bought it at a discount for 299 Chinese yuan. For heel strikers looking for a soft yet not sluggish one, it's worth considering. Or for lighter midfoot or forefoot runners, especially female runners, using it as a workhorse for easy paces is also a solid option. One more thing about Taobao app. Some audience might wonder, earlier I said this is an offline model, so why is it on Taobao? Usually, offline models just don't appear on Erke's official flagship Taobao store. But when you search 鸿星尔克公园跑鞋4, I will put the Chinese name in the video description. The sellers that show up are mostly physical store employees running their own Taobao shops. That's why you often see photos taken inside the store. These sellers are usually reliable. Alright, that's everything I wanted to share with you about the Park Run 4. It didn't surprise me much, but it didn't disappoint either. I can't expect a 299 Chinese yuan shoe to compete with a 4 times more expensive Superblast. I got what I paid for. But I still hope Chinese brands can make a shoe similar to the Superblast at half or even 1/3 of the price. Finger crossed. As always, let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this shoe or any tips for improving English speaking. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. I'll bring you more about Chinese running products. Please follow me and hope you have a good one.